Hello guys, and welcome to another piano lesson. And today we'll be talking on the major scale. Like we did said in our last lesson, that a scale is an organized sequence of notes that you can play when you are going up, either going up the keyboard or coming down. Yeah, so that's a scale, and we did mention that there are various types of scales. We said that we have chromatic scale, that the 12-note scales. We have the 7-note scale, that diatonics, which is composed of the major and the minor. We have the pentatonics, that is the 5-note scale. Among these scales, which the major scale is the most important. As we will be studying the major scale today. So the major scale is, where does it come from? So back in the centuries and decades, whereby people were writing and playing music, they discovered a particular pattern. So it didn't matter who wrote a song. Let's say, for example, if I wrote a song and you also wrote your song, even though these songs were different, they share a particular pattern. And they started noticing that pattern, and when they sat down, they identified this pattern as a major scale. So how do we play the major scale? The major scale is made up of different notes, and each of these notes has a number assigned to them. Like if we take, for example, the C major scale, we have the first or the root note, which is C. We are taking C as our root note, so we are playing on the C major scale. The first is C, the second is D, the third is E, the fourth is F, the fifth is G, the sixth is A, and the seventh is B, and the eighth is TC. So we have 7 degrees because the 8 is actually the same as the first note. So we have 7 degrees. So how do I know the scale on which I'm playing? Okay, let's say, for example, I was playing on C. The first note was on C, so automatically I was playing on C major. Like we take, for example, we go up to maybe on C sharp. This is the first note, or the root note, or the first degree. Yeah, so that's a C sharp measure. So whenever you start your first root note, gives you the scale on which you're playing on. Okay, so guys, you can do the same on different keys, and that's how they play the major scale. You can pretty do it even up on the next octave, and you do, in fact, all the keys, you do it pretty much, and you do just fine. And so the question now is, how do we construct the major scale? Well, to construct a major scale, we have to talk about the tones and semitones. And if you remember well, I did mention in our first lesson that a semitone is when you are moving from a key to another key without skipping any. Like we take, for example, moving from C to C sharp, we don't skip any key. So this is a semitone from C to C sharp. Then if you're moving from and a tone is when, or a whole tone is when you are moving from a key to another key while skipping one key. So we move, for example, from C to D, we skip C sharp. So this is a tone. Yeah. So it's a tone, or 2 semitones, because a tone is actually twice a semitone. So a whole tone is basically equals to a major second. So a whole tone is basically equals to a major second. Like we did set in our lesson on intervals that D is a major second when we take C as a root note. So basically on all, like we take, for example, if you like maybe playing on C sharp, what will be our major second? A major second will simply be G sharp. Yeah, so you can apply that basically on the entire keyboard. So, and the structure of constructing the major scale is, as you've seen on the screen, it's a tone, tone, semitone, tone, tone, semitone. I repeat it again: tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. That's T, T, S, T, 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 S. So those are just an abbreviation. So let's illustrate on the piano, starting from, let's illustrate that on the piano starting from C major. So if we play C, if you play C and we move up one tone, another tone, semitone, tone, 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 and semitone. So that's the structure. So you can apply that in all the keys. So if you go to C sharp, when you press C sharp, you move up one tone, semitone, one tone, 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 semitone. Yeah, so that's how you can apply that on all the keys using the tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone structure. So that's a basic formula that you can apply on all the keys, and you play on all the keys. Then there's something that I want us to, why is the major scale important? So pretty much there are thousands of songs that we use the majors, that they use the major scale in playing them. So the major scale could be considered as the most important, or one of the most important aspect in music. It's like a skeleton. It's the most important. Yeah, it's a skeleton, like a skeleton of music. So you can learn to play songs faster on the major scale. So let's say we want to play a song like Happy Birthday to You. Yeah. So all the notes that I was pressing were simply the notes of a major scale. So you can use the major scale to play thousands of songs, guys. So in this case, I was using the C major scale. Like I said before, a major scale is one of the most important, if not the most important in component of music, whether be it jazz, rock, and blues, all use the major scale. So it will be very helpful for you, or will be a favor for you in learning this scale. Guys, thank you.